Hello my dear friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Luda and my channel is about cross stitch, embroidery, and today I would like to show you my finishes for the past years. No idea how many years, because I'm stitching since 2004 and I have lots of framed work, but because I'm originally from Ukraine, obviously they're all there, and I just have two pictures here in front of you from Mill Hill. I frame it here, and the rest, about 70 plus finishes with a frame, are in Ukraine still. So today I would like to show you my unframed work, which is not that old, because back in days when I stitch something, I would go to the framing store and I would frame it right away. Of course, I was very new to cross stitch, and I did not. At the time I thought it's another masterpiece. For example, now if I would like to frame something, I would see my room or design of the apartment, and I will think 300 times before framing something. And I've been telling you many times now, I don't frame anything at all, and no idea when I will frame. I'm talking about big pieces next. The reason I explained to you, and it's very obvious. So let's start now from my small designs, and we will go to the bigger and bigger ones. And right in front of you, you have everything I have right here. I still have other Jasnan, but they're in Ukraine, and I was not able to bring it because I could not get into my boxes. It was a repair in an apartment, and I did not want to dig into the boxes, so I left some designs in there. And in front of you, this beautiful design from Jasnan. Everything is original. Of course, I did not replace any charms. The only thing, I will frame it in a pillow. Actually, I did not make this cushion. I sent it to a lady in Ukraine, and I will tell her how I would like to see my designs, because I did not want to frame it. It's such a little design, and you know, we're all lacking of the amount of the walls and the place. So I think this is very cute to frame. To finish your pieces into pincushions. And I always wanted a look of Marie Antoinette pillow, so got inspired from her. And yeah, I'm really happy with the result. Sometimes I play with them, sometimes I put in a background when I'm making videos. So yeah, another design from Jasnan was very old one, and I think, yes, I've got it with embellishment pack. This is not supposed to be a biscornu, but we decided to turn into biscornu. This is the back side, was stitched separately. It's not supposed to be an original design, so the original design is like this. I or Taisia, I can't remember, the lady asked to do for me. This one for sure she stitched just to have something on the back. This one I'm not sure who stitched, she or me. Really no idea, I can't remember. Maybe I have, because when she was doing this pincushion, she decided to make it herself, but then she would tell me, Luda, do the back by yourself, because it's her time. And anyways, it's such a beautiful biscornu now, and I'm thinking I will turn more Jasnan into biscornu, because I like them. For me, they're like candy, and it's such a pretty result. And the charm was not going in the design, it's just additional what we decided to do with her. And ta-da! This one is my favorite Biscarnu of all times. I've been hunting for this Biscarnu for so many years because the original price, I thought it was very expensive. For example, it was around $70. This is limited design for a store, Silver Needle, and it was this Biscarnu was sold with the fabric, 2 different colors of fabric, with a button with 5 pins. Pins, what you see not in the corners inside. It was made in Ukraine, the same lady who helped me to finish my designs into pillows, and she made also pins. So eventually, after maybe a year or so, I decided that I really want this Biscarnu, and tried to hunt for it in eBay. At that time, price already was over $300, and I bought it like $165. I know it's very expensive, but I was lucky to get the original design, and now sometimes I see them going $500, which is ridiculous price, and sometimes you are lucky you can get for $25. I saw even that price, but it's extremely rare. I'm not thinking I'm that lucky, but I was happy to get all the original pins and the Biscarnu itself, because sometimes you will see they sell Biscarnu but without fabric or Wix Dyeworks threads, which is also not a problem to get, but when you have everything, it makes your life easier and less headache. And sometimes it's without pins. Sometimes it was time when Nan, I guess, or Silver Needle, they found just embellishment bag. Not embellishment bag, they found a pack of pins, because I am the biggest fan of pins, and I think I've got 99% of all original pins from Just Nan. And I was really lucky to, I'm still thinking I'm really lucky to get the Biscarnu with pins. So next one, after I finished collecting my pins, I started looking at Just Nan designs, because before I was just interested in Just Nan designs, and this one I just bought because it was with pin. And then I decided to make a cushion, to stitch the design, because I did not care what design was coming together with the pin. I did care about the pin itself. And I like here how it goes, the finish, as you can see, small beads coming to the bigger size, and again, you see, it's really interesting. And now I'm really obsessed with the sunflower. Sunflower is our national flower, I would say. Maybe not official, but whenever we see sunflowers, I always think about Ukraine. So yeah, now I have a pin cushion or a pillow, little pillow, and together with the pin, and just for the mood, or I'm just happy to have all this little stuff in general. And the bunny was gifted to me from Canada by Kitty, and I decided to stitch it almost right away. I think it was a very new design from Just Nan at the time when I got it. Can't remember, I think I was already living in Ukraine when we moved from United States. And I have 2 pins from Just Nan. Sometimes I say original pins from Just Nan because many other pin makers now, they're using those charms, which is I think on Etsy you can buy from Susan Clark, and you can make pin yourself. or you can buy from another seller, and they're just different. They're not bad. I mean, nothing wrong. Sometimes even prettier. I'm just happy to have all the collection from Jasnan. And I also made some, not some, pin cushions myself, and depends on my mood, depends on the season. I will put different pins. Sometimes I will just put all the pins. Sorry, I store it in a box, and maybe sometimes you see it a little bit dusty. But I like the color of the wood, and the fabric I bought, can't remember. No, I think I was given gift. It was a gift, I think so. And design, whatever. It was my first experience. I did not see any pictures. I was not into Brazilian embroidery or whatever. I just decided to put whatever I wanted. And in the beginning, I just wanted to make a little design, and then just like I had more and more and more stuff without picture, without anything. I would never do that now, but you know, at the time I just put whatever I wanted. So it's like 2 years old girl creating herself something like really, this is so immature. And then I used another base for the pin cushion, and I made this one. I wanted for this pin cushion, the first one I showed you, to leave as small fabric as possible, because the fabric itself hand dyed, as you can see, velvet. It's not just a plain color, it's variated one. And pins I bought, they're not from Jasnan, I bought them. They're great, they're beautiful, really happy with them. And other scissor roll I also have. Also got this scissor roll because of this pin, because I was collecting them, and then I look at the design and I'm like, wow, it's not that bad design, let me stitch it. And then I end up collecting everything from Jasnan, every chart possible, or whatever I like the most I got. And I have all the rolls, all the scissor rolls I have. They're seasonal. There is some other ones. This is the inside part, and yeah. It's so much fun. I remember I was teaching it in Ukraine already. When I moved from United States to Ukraine, I decided, oh, you know what, I want to collect all the charts from Jasnan, because I think I love collecting stuff. And it's so much fun. I like to have some dreams, and I like to have some aims in my life, and I think collecting stuff, it's like part of me, because some days I would not sleep till I get this or that. And then I wanted to collect these boxes, or how you call it, I forgot. Jasnan. Anyway, at the end I wanted everything from Jasnan, and then I'm like, okay, Luda, stop it, because you need to store it somewhere, and some little stuff I would get, but if it's nice price, if it's crazy price, I don't need it. There is one I have from Clay Bakim here. I store some charms, because you know, sometimes you get the chart but without the charm, so I bought some extra charms and I keep them there. And this is from Clay Bakim. I think I have some leftover beads in there. Will not open for you because I don't want to waste your time. And in this box I keep some of my pins, Jasnan, and some pins from Taisia from Ukraine. But most of them Jasnan, all. I also have this Sajou. Firstly, I wanted to get a red one, but then I end up with a black one, the pin cushion, and Jasnan charm. There are 3 more pillows from the series. I've stitched and they finished. They're in Ukraine, and another fourth one I have not stitched. He's still here, and I hope I will stitch it one day. Okay, now I would like to show you my mill heel. So mill heel is not my obsession yet. I love mill heel a lot, and I would like to get all these designs, but they're so expensive. So whatever I could get, I got it. I did not care if they're old or not old. At the beginning, I was just buying stuff what was available, and of course, if I like it or not. And I just finished, I forgot, well, I could not find in my last video this charmed mitten. And on a preview, you would not tell how pretty it is. But then I saw pictures on Instagram and like, oh wow, I really like it. And I bought it as a present. I still have not cut it all completely, but you can see here, there is a space where I have to place this part. And this one I stitched on top. There is a charm, and I think there are 6 or 4 of them. It's great decoration or ornament for the Christmas. Depends how you want to use it. And yeah, I'm really happy with the result, even though it's a really little one, but I have stitched it for a long time because I was on a train, so I started this design, and then I finished here at home, I guess. Yeah, this was my very first mill heel. I still have not made the back, and yeah, sometimes I just will put like this for Christmas. And also here you can see this design. It's pretty. This is from series, and I think it's also 6 of them or so. But I did not buy any others because I was saying, okay, later. Maybe they don't sell it anymore. I need to find out because I would like to have the whole series, and maybe one day I will have little Christmas tree. So I will put my mill heels in there together with mittens, because I would like to have all collection of mittens and slides. I also stitched this design and I frame it in original mill heel frame, but I gifted to my neighbors downstairs. So I did not bring today for the video because I planned that video like now. But it was really beautiful finish. I'm really happy I could get another design and it was with a black ribbon. Now I have it with white, but I'm not gonna use the ribbon. I'm happy that it was a quick stitch. I was volunteering at the Ukrainian center here in Brussels, and I was stitching it whenever I had time or when no people. Sometimes I will have shifts on Saturday evening and no one coming there, so but there are still people upstairs, and I need to close the center, so I'm just sitting doing nothing, completely nothing. Either I will learn French or I will stitch, depends on my mood. And I was stitching slowly this design, and that's what I have in my memories. But I'm gonna stitch it maybe this year, maybe next year, no idea. But I purchased in Ukraine together with this design. I bought it from a seller, and no one was buying those mill heels, but they're so old and they're very unique. Because if you look at techniques you use here, like for example the moustache, how you make it, and even this part and everything, like stitches here, it's something I have not done. And also perforated paper, you use it not often. And look at his beard, how it's stitched with beads and with half stitches. I don't know, I hope you are able to see it, because what I see in person and what I see on camera, it's two different things, unfortunately. And there is a button, ceramic one. I really like it, and I hope Just9 will go back to, or they will find someone who will make them these beautiful buttons. I like them better than plastic ones. And another design also finished recently, Harvest, or whatever name of this design. This was a gift to me, and when it was given to me, the kit was open and didn't have that charm. And I thought, okay, I will stitch it because it was a gift, and I will put something here. And then Jana, if you're watching me here on English speaking video, thank you for you, because you gave me the idea. I did not know anything about Mill Hills. She told me I can buy the button separately, so I quickly found it in a store in the United States, and I was so happy. By the time I finished, I already got the button, and now I have all the kit completed. I need to speed up because I don't have much time. Still need to go to the gym and learn my French. There's another design I stitched. Most of designs I stitched, they were here for the past 2 years. So this was a very first design I bought from Mill Hill. I was living in Las Vegas, 2016, I think. And I said to myself, I'm not gonna collect anymore any kits from Mill Hill. If I stitch it, then I will buy next one, and then next one. So, and I kept my promise till the time we moved to Ukraine, and then I was like, I think I was bored at night. I decided to check in the store what kind of Mill Hills they have, and I'm so happy I've done it, because now it's impossible to get them. Because I think this one, this design, pumpkin patch, already coming with a different button, but it was time when they stopped producing them, I think, because of the buttons. I think now you still can get, or it's out of print. I don't follow that. I really don't, because I'm not gonna collect them. Mill Hill, if I will jump in that direction, I'll spend all my fun money. And the frame was made actually in Ukraine for another design. I just put pumpkin patch because I like the design. This one was also, I don't know if you can buy it now with the same buttons, but I'm happy to get that I got this design with original buttons. And that was not that easy design. Even if you see, if you look at this design, you think it's nothing to stitch, but lots of single stitches, lots of even beads. But slowly also I stitch it in Ukrainian center. And the frame is Mill Hill original frame. I got it in Florida, and immediately I framed my finishes. Yeah, another design, spider. I have lots of autumn designs stitched, but I have quite a collection of Mill Hill, I would say. This design was very new when I got this one. I was looking at this cat, but I said to myself, no, I got this one, I stitch, I will buy this one. And I did not, because I already moved to New York, and then to Buffalo, and then to Ukraine. And then before stitching this one, I've got this design together with many others. I don't know why. I almost kept my promise, but I think it was my second Mill Hill I've stitched. Yeah, and now I have even cat stitch and this skull, sugar skull. Yep. Oh, this design I stitched very long time. You can see the perforated paper. It's because I was getting it in my bag, and I just can cut it, no problem. This was, I guess, my very first Mill Hill I've stitched, and the sugar skull was second. Again, I saw on Instagram pictures of this design, and I think that night I went to the internet store And I've got so many others, because this is kind of rare one for me. Same button, as you can see. But they're so pretty, they're so cute. The reason this one was this bag, because it was for this frame. I originally ordered this frame for her, and I think she's perfect together with the frame, but I got tired of her and I wanted something new. That's why I put another design. And you can play with those frames. You can put, sorry, almost fell. you can have few frames and you can put whatever design you want from Jasmine, same size, and it's very easy to put them. For example, here it's fitting the back, and for this design I did not even fix anything. No problem. I would like to have a few more frames from that lady who does these frames, or from another one. And this is just like, don't even look at the back. It's temporary, because I will put another design when I will get tired of this tree. So let me clean it up and we will go to my bigger designs. Not sure how I will be showing you by the companies or whatever, you know. If you're watching me for the first time, I will tell you something. I love designs from Mirabilia and Dimensions. Most of my designs I stitch is Mirabilia and Dimensions. I try not to stitch them, for example, just Dimensions. I try to mix them with Mirabilia, and somehow before stitching Mirabilia, I mean, when I'm stitching Mirabilia, I don't have other Mirabilia in my whips. I think I had it only once in my life. And Dimensions, I can have many. It's not because of the size. I can't explain to you because of what. For me, I think when I stitch Mirabilia, I have like a personal relationship with that design, and I just struggle if I have to Mirabilias. I've done it once and I will not do it again, I hope. Never say never, but so now I count, I have 8 Dimensions whips, and I'm finishing 1 Mirabilia. The rest are a mix from Lanarte. I also like to stitch. I like Chatelaine. I'm crazy about Chatelaine. I would not say they're second or third or whatever. I just love Chatelaine, but to stitch it you have to have a special mood, and they're not all the time in my whips in rotation, whereas Dimensions and Mirabilia are. So this is the series. You can see in front of you stars, star number 1, star number 2. I think star number 4 will be stitched soon. And then I will stitch big mandala, which is coming together with the stars. I mean, it's looking good together. I've seen the big mandala in the middle, and 2 on the left and 2 on the right side on the wall. And it's looking amazing. That picture was in some dining room of the house. So this was my very first Chatelaine. With beads, because I've stitched another Chatelaine design, but this was the first one from the stars, and I really like it so much. I can't explain to you, and I'm not bored to stitch them, because sometimes you forget how to do it, and then you remember with the second, third star. It makes your life easier. But to stitch them one after another one, you will get tired. I think so. So, no, this was the second I stitched. Was the last one I've stitched. And I think the most prettiest one I will have to stitch soon. I hope this year. I will try. And I also start another big mandala called Classicism. So she is now in my whips. And I will put her in my rotation when I will have free organizer. I have 5 organizers, and I rotate them. So next coming is Dimensions Gold Petites. I have very big collection of stitched gold petites, but they're all framed. I wanted to make a wall of Dimensions Gold, and also was making a sale on Instagram for Dimensions Gold, and that's why I was framing them. As soon I will collect some amount of dimensions. Little ones, big ones I did not frame often, but sometimes it's very hard to stitch smaller designs than bigger ones, because here lots of details, and you change your thread quite often. I wish I was writing which year I've stitched this or other design. This one I think was my last one. When I went to Ukraine, I just pulled from my bags this design and decided, okay, let me stitch. It's in, okay, here I with the year it's 23. Very rare when Dimensions Gold coming on 14th count of Ada, usually on 18th, most of them on 18th. And this was already out of print, long time ago, out of print design. I did not want to replace it to linen or other fabric. I just used the original one. Really pretty, cute. And I remember I was stitching it in Ukraine when we did not have electricity. It was so hard. You want to stitch, but there is no electricity, and this is the worst time ever to stitch. Oh, here I mentioned the year 2020. I think no, it was not my first lighthouse. So there are 4 designs, and this was the 3rd one. I still need to stitch another one, which I like less than others, but I just wanted to have all the lighthouses. And two I framed, I guess. 2. Did I stitch 2 or did I stitch 3? I can't remember now what I have framed. Sorry. This was a gift from my friend in Kyiv, and I really wanted this design. Also, at the time, it was super expensive. Now Dimensions doesn't cost as much as before. You can buy it for at least okay price, but still expensive one. And this one was very long time out of print. Then they reprinted for Russian-speaking countries, and it was such a nostalgic design for me, because when I just started watching YouTube, I've seen this design and I could not get it because in 2015 it was already out of print. So must be stitched in 21. I don't know which year I stitched, because I didn't put it. I need to put years of, I mean, I should mark all the designs so it's easier for me and easier to remember. Another Jasnen. Again, I don't know what it will be, either Biscar new or whatever. I have not decided. I just stitch it. I like the button. Look at the button. So beautiful. Another little design. So cute. So cute. And I think I changed the eyelets to Krennic, because I just feel it. It needs some bling bling. Oh guys, so many designs still ahead, and I need to speed up a little bit. Little House Needlework. This design I stitched in United States. Whatever threads I had at the time, I use them. Perforated, hand-dyed threads, and I think this, why they're so different. I like some designs which are very simple, primitive, And I guess after I iron, I never washed this design. I think I ironed and I used a steam, so it's faded a little bit, unfortunately. But it's okay. I don't see a big problem in there. Shepherd's Bush. Again, at that time, we went to Cape May in New Jersey for whatever, getaway for a day. I went to a store and I bought 2 kits and I stitched them. It was very quick stitch. I wish I could get all the snowmen, all of them. I wanted them, and they all come in a different color of the fabric, and they're so much fun to stitch, but they're pricey. Okay, now we go into a little bit bigger designs. I don't stitch much small designs. I don't know why. I have them now. Before, no, I wasn't even interested in small designs, only big ones. So just give me a second. Give me a second, guys. It's another pile, but it's not all. I did iron some of them, but not all, because I don't have much time. So this is Nora Corbett. As I mentioned previously, I love designs from Mirabilia and Nora Corbett, both of them. Of course, I like more Mirabilia. For me, when I'm waiting for new release, I'm more excited about Mirabilia than Nora Corbett, but I still love tons of Nora Corbett. Like this portrait of the lady in blue. Again, I did not put a year, but I think it was 2018. And I still have to stitch her other pair, portrait lady in pink, or whatever name of the portrait. It's such beautiful. Then look how much skin she has. She's quite big for the skin. And if you look closer here, if you do stitch Nora Corbett or Mirabilia, sometimes I will put here, right here, a quarter stitch of the same color as hair, so you don't have that just to make it softer, the corners to make softer. But sometimes I don't, depends how I feel. I guess at the time I did not bother myself what to do, to put those, not all over, just whenever I feel like I would put a little bit here, I guess, right here. We will see when I will stitch her other one, because I brought it here, the other design, no idea when I will stitch. So this design I stitched and it became out of print. It's Nora Corbett 111, I remember like now, because she became out of print and she going on eBay for very crazy price. Many people ask me why she doesn't have a face, and I thought of doing eyelashes for her, just eyelashes, but then I decided no, I think it's more fun like this, and people can think whatever they want to think why she doesn't have a face. Then they can create whatever they want to, but I think it's so much fun she doesn't have a face. I mean, she has a face, she doesn't have eyes and lips and nose, but it will be interesting to see if people will stitch her with a face. Now I will go quickly through fairies from Nora Corbett. They were limited edition before, now I don't think so. It was a kit. So this is Easter one. I wish again I add the year. I love stitching series. I love stitching pair designs. Here, this was my very first one from Nora Corbett limited kits. Here you have Whisper, and I did not brush it. It will be more fun when I will brush it, but only when I will decide to frame it or whatever. no need to brush it right now. Christmas fairy. Saint Valentine fairy. They're very little, so you stitch them very fast. And I've seen them also stitch on different fabric, which is also cute, and why not? The only thing they put color for the skin. Every thread here is, I think, color works or whatever. I can't remember, guys. I have so much stuff and so much in my head. I now forget everything I thought I will never forget. Anyways, I remember the thread here is it was hand-dyed thread, so it's not pure color, and I would just use for the skin. I would choose another color, but here at least you don't see areas when it's like pink and whatever. Otherwise she will be like a fairy with some sickness on her skin. But I guess I was choosing the, after I stitched very first fairy, I think I was checking the thread without obvious variegated parts. This is Harvest fairy. This is obviously Halloween fairy. Let me check my first one. Did she has on her skin those, sorry, oh no, she doesn't have much skin, so I think I realized it because I was very new to Mirabilia at the time when I stitched these fairies. And Miss Christmas Eve fairy, if I'm not mistaken, either this one, Miss Christmas, or this one. So beautiful. I love the decoration and everything on her, and the wings. So pretty, so cute. Oh, this design, let me tell you, this was not limited, it was special Mirabilia. And this Giulietta was coming in 3 different charts. So when the first part came, you're supposed to stitch it, and then second, you don't know still what is gonna be in there. But knowing Nora, you know she will never do something not pretty. And what a gorgeous design at the end. What a gorgeous design. First of all, it was all stitched with Wix Dye Works. And she is very, very expensive to kit because first of all you have to buy all the Wix Dye Works, then 3 parts of the charts, then bead pack, and this bead, which is not available now, but on a Facebook group, like they hear me, I want to make a scissor fob with these beads. The way I will show you now closer, I just don't know what to do with my work. I'm so tired to stand. Let me move my chair quickly. I will show you this work closer. So the idea back when I was stitching this design was to make the scissor fob using the same beads, just to have additional scissor fob for me, but I wanted with that bead. Now they make it the same one. I hope it will be similar at least. And the red one, I order both of them and they will be ready soon, whenever. Oh, I guess here, so no idea. I think her cheeks you stitch with the other color, but her skin, at least here you also stitch with Wix Dye Works, but one color. But it looks all right to me. It's not that bad. The only thing I would give, now for all Mirabilias, what I do, I make their eyebrows thicker and the eyelashes I put more stitches, and lips also I try to make bigger because this is what I like them to be back in days, I guess. Nora, so ladies did not have fake eyelashes and the lips Like some girls will do very big lips now. I don't like it, but I like it in general when girls have big lips. But original one, not everyone lucky. So this is the design Royal Games part 1. I still have to stitch Royal Games part 2, and I got this fabric, can't remember, maybe it was a gift from my friend Lena. 2 parts I have. One part I already used, and the other part is for other Royal Game too. You could stitch just both ladies together, up and down. I decided to stitch as it was made by Nora. Oh, they're gorgeous. When you look at them, they're so beautiful. Look at their details. Look at their decoration and everything. And those Nora's roses, they drive me insane how much I love them. So then my latest finishes last year, I think. Again, I didn't put the year here. And I forgot the name. I'm sorry. I'm terrible lately with these designs. I should put a piece of paper and stitch it. So I can remove anytime I want to. Whatever garden, something with the garden. But look at her face. Look at her face. I think I did her eyebrows a little bit differently. Something I did with her. And I love her lips. Look at her lips, so beautiful. This design is not big, as you can see. For Mirabilia it's a very small size, but she was very intense. And next one is Luda, Mirabilia called Luda. It was released last year. I love the fabric for her. For both of these Mirabilias, I use fabric from Ukrainian dyers. Both of them different. Girls helped me to get this fabric, but this one was from Ekaterina Kondratenko. She sometimes dyes the fabric, sometimes she stops. She's busy with other stuff, but whenever she's in a mood, I just will buy tons of fabric from her and will keep it for later. Again, some people stitch the frame, some people don't stitch the frame. I decided to stitch the frame, and yeah, I love her eyes. I love her eyes. She's a little bit sad. She has a little bit sad face, but also eyebrows here are made a little bit thicker. I wish I could frame this design, and I told you previously I don't want to frame anything, but she is not that big. I would frame her. I love the decoration on her. It was so much fun to stitch, and such a quick design. Let me put on pause because I don't want to show you all my dimensions. I will show you this at the end. I will show you everything I have from different companies, because as I mentioned before, I don't stitch much designs from different companies like Mirabilia and Dimensions, and yeah. So now in front of you, you see the sampler, which I stitched again 2017, I think. Can't remember. Sorry for the unironed look of it. It's not that bad what you can see on camera, but it was hard for me. It was so hot, and also because I didn't have time, I could not iron everything. So this design called Midnight in the Garden. I can't remember the name of the company. They have similar designs as well, and this design originally you have to stitch with silks by Vicky Clayton. At that time, Vicky Clayton did not work, and she did not. It was very hard to get her silks, which you still could have, but on eBay they were for crazy prices, and I like, this is simpler, and I can choose some colors from Madeira silks, which I did. So this design stitch on 36 count, I think it's, yeah, it's Weigert. And Madeira silks are not that pricey, and I think they're fun. It was interesting to stitch with them. I currently now stitch another design from Reflet de Soie, and I also use Madeira silks because they're affordable and it's easy to get them. You don't have to wait or whatever. So yeah, this design I stitch very quickly. Back in days I stitch a lot, so now I would stitch it years and years because of the same colors. I get tired from the same colors, but I like the look. I love this design. It's very, very interesting. And yeah, 36 count. Next design you will see. I think you've heard that story. I don't want to repeat that story, but I've lost the 60% of this design. It was stitch. My puzzle kinda get in a fire in a truck with post office truck, and 60% of this design and 50% of another dimensions gold was there. Many other stuff was there as well. So I still had the chart because I made a copy. I still had the chart and DMC threads because this is Butzilla heirloom collection, and the name of this design is Dana's Roses. When we moved here to Brussels, I had time when I could not stitch, and I stitched little by little. I think I stitched this design all my life. First of all, I've started her and I stitched 60%, and then I started her almost right away again. Obviously not not an original fabric, but very similar fabric. So quality of stitches on the original one I like better, but I wanted this design so bad, and the prices were insane on eBay for this design, and oh well, it is what it is. But I look at this design and I'm going crazy how much I love this design. The count is large. I think it's 28 count. You stitch some crosses with 2 and with 1 strand of thread, and there is back stitch. There are tons of quarter stitches, but I'm fine with them after stitching Mirabilia. It's all right. Oh yeah, what a memory. Did I put the year? I did not put the year. But I think it was 22. I wish I would put the year. No, I think it's 2022. I stitched this design the whole year. If not 23, I finish it. Because at that time, that craziest time of my life, I stitched extremely little. Even I had time, but I was so stressed, so stressed. And then, whatever. But I'm happy I have the result. And I will never forget ever in my life, this design, this kit was $10 on sale in Hobby Lobby, and no one wanted to buy. That's why it was on sale. Even on the sale, I passed it, and I was with my 2 girlfriends. They're also stitchers. I'm like, this looks like some kid painted, whatever. Oh, if I only knew, I would buy them all. Next design is African Lady. When I stitched this design, she was out of print. And it was very nostalgic design for me because back in days I got the chart. It was just a chart for sale. And thanks God I did not stitch that design by the chart, because probably I would choose white Ada. There is no way. It's gorgeous on original fabric. And she is large. Look at her. Look at her. So big, huh? But what a beautiful and very, very interesting stitch. Easy. And also it's a large count. Again, you stitch with 2 over 2 and 1 over 2, little backstitch, but extremely beautiful design. There is a pair for this design, but I'm not sure I'm gonna stitch the African guy for her, and it was made by famous painters, this design. Gorgeous, nothing else to say. My first chatelaine, but not the chatelaine you used to see. This is Shalimar I stitched in the United States. Look how much I left air for this design. What a privilege. It's supposed to be a tassel here, but I have not stitched it. Don't know why, and no idea if I would stitch. It's supposed to be here, but of course smaller size, but I don't know if I need one. I think I'm happy without. Not the black color, it's supposed to be with granic or something. No, I'm happy the way it is. And also I wanted to buy Shalimar, but then I smelled it. Of course the original one is very hard to get, but lately I think the latest version they made, very, very close to the original one, in case you wanna get that one. Rosewood Manor, very, very popular one. But again, back in days when I stitched it, it wasn't that popular. I think it's also on 28th. 28th or so, no, I think it's on 32nd. Week's Day Works threads. Did I show you this closer or no? But I can show you closer. Wait, sorry. I'm here and there. Here and there. Gorgeous design. I would stitch it again if I wouldn't have it. Like some designs, like, oh, I wouldn't stitch it. This one I would stitch anytime. And this is 32nd count of black, whatever name of the company. Maybe it's Weigert, no idea. So of course I want to stitch roses, and they're all kitted as a pair design for tulips. There are tons of them from the series now, but back in days it was only tulips and roses. So I kitted roses, no idea when I'm gonna stitch them. They stitch with Week's Day Works. And then somehow I decided to stitch Lanarte. I bought it in Ukraine. Then someone helped me to ship it. It's again very big design. There is a pair, one gladiolus, and I wanted to stitch them right away, but now no. After I finished, I got tired from this cartridge. It's very big design, but it's obviously not full coverage. But got tired. In some parts I got lost. Like when I'm gonna finish this design, especially when you stitch slow. You get tired of the colors, you get tired of the design, and blah blah blah. On top of it, I have so many starts. I call them starts. I don't call them whips. I have starts. Again, Lanarte. This Lanarte I just finished recently. One of my latest finishes. Looks big, but nothing to stitch here. Love the whole idea of this design. Of course, when I stitch it at the very end, I thought it's such a easy stitch. Luda, you should be a little bit, you should put your level of stitches a little bit more up. Like Chatelaines, it's for me university level. This is 5th grade, if not less. But there are some of backstitch you get tired of, but in general it's fun stitch, and I love the look. There is another 2 pair designs additional for this design. It's just too simple. I would not stitch them, and also very, very hard to get because it's a printed background and printed fabric. No, I'm happy with this one. I love old Lanarte. I'm a biggest fan of old Lanarte, and I have a lot of them in my stash. Like, for example, this one also with a printed background. I just received the parcel, and this is white lily, and I have white roses. You will see in my next video maybe with my purchases. Not with my purchases, with the stuff I got from Ukraine, because my mom sent my sister passport, and I asked her put in one of my cross-stitch kits because we did not want to send it separately. And yeah, we've got the passport, we got the kits, everything's fine. Anemones also with printed background. It was a reprint, in general reprint. I don't know why they did not reprint the pair one. For example, this one they did not reprint, but this one they did reprint. The only anemones. No idea why they don't want to reprint agapanthus. Agapanthus looks like this one. I promised myself I will go to Lanarte factory. I will ask them to do it. I'm sure they will sell a lot as a pair. People will buy because it's a pair. Sarah Moon, Lanarte. Again, she has a sister one. I have not get her yet. I will buy maybe soon, maybe whatever, because I can't spend so much on a cross stitch as before. Because don't make money, that's as much money as before. I actually don't make any more money because I'm studying now. I need to go to work. Back in this, money I make, I will spend on cross stitch. Thé Gouverneur. Very special design for me. First of all, I wanna stitch all the icons from Thé Gouverneur. It's my second icon. I'm stitching now the third one very successfully because I did progress. I'm very happy about it. This design is not easy. There, first of all, lots of metallic, which is very difficult to work with. I don't understand why Thea use this DMC metallic. It's a nightmare to work with, and she used a lot of metallic, which is great and beautiful, but it's very hard to work with this. You have to literally take 15 centimeters of thread, and besides you have to change it often. You have to change metallic often. Oh, what a beautiful icon. This is also level of university. And if you will ask me, out of all my designs you see here today, of my finishes, okay, I don't have the first icon, it's framed in Ukraine, but out of all designs I have now, this one will be my number one proud design that I stitched. The way I stitch icons, sometimes I have mood, I stitch a lot, then I don't want to even touch, but I obviously have to have special mood for this design. It's not like, okay, I have to stitch a little bit of this, little bit of that design. This one only whenever I feel, I stitch. But in general, I do stitch like this all my designs, but for icon, I cannot be in a bad mood. I have to have special mood. Just then. Oh, this is pre-K level. Not really, but yeah, I decided to use hand-dyed threads. I think it was DMC, but something I was playing with the colors here, and it's on 28th count. I love peacocks and cross stitch too much, and I like the charm. It was original charm for the chart. I did not make any changes. Again, if you wanna see closer, but every design you see today I did show in my previous videos. You can go back and watch them if you wanna see or hear more about it. Another design, so it was limited. Again, this is also one of the designs I'm proud I've done. First of all, it's on 37 count, whatever fabric was there. It was a gift. Thank you, Kitty. Always think about you when I look at this design. and NPI silks, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's not that difficult to stitch this design, but when I look at the details, and this design I would frame. It's so beautiful, it's so different, and I'm just speechless when I look at the Hands Across the Sea designs. I bought them tons. I have one in my whips now, one of my favorite ones. But because of the chart, it's tons of pages. They're not all together like I like this. You have to turn, you have to put them together. So annoying. Honestly, I love what Hands Across does so much. But to work with a chart, for me, it's difficult. Same with other companies. Whenever it's like 2-5 pieces, it's for me a nightmare. I like when everything on one page, the best. Less mistakes and goes very quick. There, I have designed what I stitch. For example, I always start from here. Now, I am at that point where I have connect the top, the side, whatever. No, I'm in that area, for example. I have to check what I have on the left, on the right, on top, and I have to put lots of pieces of chart, and and then I don't want to stitch because I'm afraid to make mistakes. I need to make copies of the brochure. Obviously, you cannot stitch it, it's too heavy to put on. I'm like that. I'm old school stitcher. I stitch from the paper. I don't use any programs. I don't like them. I like to stitch from the paper, and I like to trace it, what I stitch. But I would love to stitch tons of designs from Hand Across. Again, I have a lot of in my collection, and I'm gonna stitch another soon, hopefully. So this is Jana's summary. I will not tell you which company it is because it's from the country I hate now, because they destroy my country. And I think I've been showing on my floss tube the process of this work. Whatever it is, I love the work. I love the way it came, and I saw her frame. She's unbelievable beautiful. And I love designs by famous paintings, and I have few stitched, framed, and I still gonna stitch more. She has such a beautiful eyes, and it's 14th count of Ada. It was so much fun to stitch her. I love the process, my time when I stitch it. The kit was gifted to me by the store. And yeah, I'm really happy I've stitched her. I still love her, and the company is talented, obviously have talented designs, and I just wish we did not have what we have, and I would stitch a lot from the company. But now I only will stitch whatever I bought before the war. That's it. Another Rosewood Manor. This is the autumn sampler. I stitch first from the series. I still them all, except here you see the year 2016. I will show you closer. Except the spring one. Yeah, 2016. So this was my first. Well, it was my second Rosewood Manor, but first design from the series. Not gonna show you for a long time because you get tired to watch me. Yeah, stitch on Picture This Plus fabric, whatever Karen Kluba recommended. I still love them all. I just, so many people stitch them, and that's why maybe it's hard for me to start the other one, but I will, slowly, whatever is people stitch, people did not stitch, I don't care, I need to stitch. Now I'm looking at the summer one, and I don't see the year, and I think the second one was the winter one. I did not put a year here as well. Only my letter L. Again, Picture This Plus picture, this plus fabric, original one, the one Karen recommend, and Baldani threads. You know, if I would have a chance to stitch it again or for the first time, all series I would stitch on 40th count of whatever linen. And here you stitch 3 over 2. I would stitch, I think, with 1 over 2, because on 40th count, here is 28th count. On 40th count, the threads themselves are quite thick. When I stitch this design, I have not seen anyone stitch it before, and it was quite new back in days, 2016 I think as well, or 17, maybe 17, no idea. I was amazed. Whatever you see on a preview and how it comes in person, different feelings. Oh no, here I see 2019. So this one either was 2017, I think so, and I think I took some break and I stitched the summer one. The summer one is gorgeous. I like it, I think, the most, but when I stitch the autumn one, I like autumn one. Now it's very hard to say which one I like better. But I see on a camera it's difficult to show you the original colors. Also, my lighting now not the best one. This part I love the most. This is something unreal. Also, what I like about Quakers, you can take any part of it and you can use for whatever reason. You can have a scissor fob, you can have a pin cushion, you can have whatever you want. And the booklets are very nice. They're also in parts, but they're not that difficult to put together. Really happy with this series. And I think I have left Mirabilia and Dimensions. Before that, let me quickly show you my nightmare cross stitch. So I told you my apartment was bombed in Ukraine, and I had the missile hit my building. My neighbors, they're gone now, and my balcony where I store some of my cross stitch. So I was lucky to get this one. Guys, sorry for the look, but it was framed. My sister kind of washed it many times, but you see it was framed. And I was so new to multicolors, but in general I was not experienced cross stitcher back in days. I decided to stitch multicolored design in hands. I stitch probably half of my life I stitch in hands, and how can you even think to stitch this design in hands? I have no idea. Anyways, I also was stitching pages by pages, and you can see, I mean, that was before YouTube era. Everything, the way I stitched it was all wrong. First of all, this design was not clear. It just like people put in a program whatever picture and they did not clean the chart. I mean, it's so bad. And if you look at this design from far, it's all right. But if you look closer, it's a nightmare. The reason I show you this design, first of all, it's quite big. It's an 18 count. The fabric is so bad. It's so weak. I would never stitch on this fabric ever. Nothing. But back in days, this is what we have. We did not have a choice. Forget about the linen. That was something from the future. And the threads, I think, yeah, there were DMC threads. And you don't want to see the back. Please close your eyes, and I'm telling you, this is the back I had. You see? I don't have that clear back now, but just to compare what I had before and how I stitched before, and also on top of it, But I don't know what to do with this design. It was framed in it, like in a big bedroom. But when the war started, I put all my boxes with Chatelaine and everything. Whatever I had, I put in a balcony. I don't know why. They recommended us to take all the pictures from the walls in case the disaster will happen. At least you will not have broken pictures, because the glass, it was a glass here, glass was broken. That's why my sister took the, I asked her to take everything apart and just wash this design, because it was also molded. That's why I keep it separately from my other cross stitch designs, stitched ones. Also it was molded, but she washed it, but as you can see, it's not proper. And yeah, I'm not gonna frame it again, because what's the point to frame it? But for me, it was important to finish it. I stitched this design made me stop cross stitching. It was so difficult. It's the amount of confetti, single crosses, it's just insane. It made me not wanted to stitch. But my husband told me, Luda, you have to finish. Don't keep at home unfinished stuff. It's not good. And only that's why I decided to finish this design. And I finished. I was proud of myself. At the end, this was my last part, and I think it was better. Yeah, look, I did progress. Well, also it was easier part. Look at this nightmare here. Wow, wow. But I'm not ashamed to show you that because we all are learning, and yeah, at least I can show you from. That's why I will never stitch. Well, never say never. I don't want to stitch multicolored designs, golden kite, highs, or whatever. I know they are better now. That at least designers clean them. That was just put in a program and nothing was clean. Sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time they have to see if there are lots of similar colors. You have to clean the chart, and it's not, it won't affect the result, but it won't be that difficult to cross stitch. And also the amount of times I have to fix the threads, and back in days I did not know anything about stitching. I learned by myself, and yeah. But let's go to Mirabilia's Eliana. What a popular design. And I stitched her on a fabric, forgot the name, but you can see on my channel when I stitch her. This is by Leslie. I bought in one of retreats. I just bought some fabric. I usually never buy fabric without having an idea what I will stitch on it, but at the retreat I just want to buy tons of fabric from Leslie, because she made club membership and did not want to participate in club membership for a reason, because I don't know when and for what I'm gonna use these fabrics. But sometimes she just sell them separately, we can order. I don't know what else to say about this design. It's just so beautiful, and the colors, and I think first time Nora used the new colors from DMC from 1 till 29. Look, she's heavy, she is bead heavy, but the way you stitch, it's so interesting. It's not super easy, but so interesting. I think she has an artwork similar or exactly the same. So beautiful, very ideal. And I stitch her on a Picture This Plus fabric. I kitted this design fully in Stitcher's Paradise. I first stitched Muka. Muka came right way later after Fairy Ideal, and oh my god, I struggle here a lot with her hand. I think I put a wrong color, whatever. I had to remove all the petites, and 2021. I stitched her. Muka I stitched in 2000, wherever she came, whenever she was new, I stitched her. I know Sherry stitches this design now, or she finished it. No, I think she finished it. She gave it to her family members. Anyway, Muka and her and Sleeping Beauty or whatever ladies coming on the bed. Another one will be soon on the bed. For me, they're like serious. What a beautiful, beautiful design. If you're thinking to stitch it, you can also try to stitch her on this kind of fabric, on this color, violet. By the way, Violet, if I had a daughter, I would call her Violet. I like that name. And I like the color. I like the color. Next design is Ophelia. I forgot all the names. Again, the fabric I got from Ekaterina Kondratenko. At least fabrics I kind of remember. I'm shocked that I remember. It's 2021. I remember when she came out, I was like, wow, so different, so beautiful. And I'm happy that sometimes not sometimes, most of the time, when I really like design, like sometimes I don't know why I start stitching this or these other designs, but with Nora, when I see her designs and I have a chance to order all the materials, and I try to stitch the latest designs, because I have a problem now with my latest design. I stitch Midnight Fairy. Too many people stitch her, and I am not excited to stitch her. I'll be honest. I love the design, but because too many people stitch her, I was like, I had a talk with her yesterday. I like, listen to me, you need to be stitched. You know I love you, but please help me. And she heard me. Today I stitched her face. I'm like, wow, when I see faces. But usually when I start Mirabilias, I will stitch the bottom part, because I'm always afraid that I will have little fabric left from whatever side. Most of the time I like to stitch it from the Susie came from the center. Then you know for sure you will be okay with sides. And yeah, I mean, I wish I would start stitching the faces of Mirabilia. When you see the face, you kind of get inspired, and then it's easier for you, because you see her face, you can talk to her. Actually, I never talk to Mirabilia. Yes, I talk, but not like yesterday. I get so pissed off. I had so much time to stitch, and I just could not stitch her, because whenever I start stitching her, I do anything but not stitching. And I notice with her, like when it's time to stitch Mirabilia, I feel I want to stitch Mirabilia. So when I stitch Mirabilia, I'm happy, and because it's easy stitch, interesting, you use different kind of threads, you have variety of things to do. But with her, oh my god, I don't know what's happened to her and me, or it was me, but usually when I stitch Mirabilia, it's like sunflower seeds. You eating sunflower chips, you eating very fast those stuff, and I stitch very fast Mirabilias, but never stitch so long Mirabilia. I would have 5 of them stitched by now, if not her, because as I mentioned before, I can't stitch a few Mirabilias. I don't know why. If I have one lady, I'm working with her, because she's going very fast. I don't need, and I'm excited to work with her, and this is so pretty. She's big, and her dress was difficult to stitch, because all the colors are the same, and it's large design, 2021. I guess I stitch a lot in 2021. Now I don't even do my annual results, whatever I stitch. Oh, this what it is. It's my bag. A regular one. 2021. I think here also a fabric from Leslie. Yeah. Leslie fabric, I can see. It was difficult. No. I think this is Picture This Plus. This one, for sure. This is a pair design. This is Leslie. Again, whatever I bought from Leslie in that retreat, I've used it already and I have very few left. And I'm going to use them again for something, for some Mirabilias. I now understand when people buy fabrics. If you have chance and you can afford to participate in a club, of course, go ahead. You're going to use this fabric because sometimes you just see some Mirabilias on some fabrics, not because you have to use them. I knew for her, I wanted this fabric from Leslie. Leslie Under the Sea Fabrics, if you don't know her. What a heavy design. The fabric itself, heavy. The name was either grape or something. Can't remember. Some glass grape or something glass. Something with a glass, I think. Can't remember. She was on my channel. But it's a pair design for me. And I'm happy they're both of them stitched. I can relax now at least. And also, this is Zelda, and this is portrait of Veronica or Veronica, whatever. But this is Zelda. And it was fun to stitch. It looks like difficult design, and this is what I think now about Blackbird, one of the latest designs from Mirabilia. When it's like this, I stitch it faster than these ones. Or no, I don't have that Mirabilias now to show you. Sometimes it's just such a long and boring little bit process, but when it's like this, I love it. I love it. So many bits as well. Oh, can't remember the name of this design, unfortunately. But I wanted to frame her together with Julieta and Michael's. They made such a poor job framing. They have beautiful frames. For me, they are. I can find myself some frames which are great. I can't find them in Ukraine or wherever, but it's supposed to be, the frame piece supposed to be my birthday. And I came, and the way they did the job, I think my son would do better. Then I said to them, sorry, I don't want this kind of job, and I took back my my work. I'm sure that Michael's maybe has people who does work very well. By the way, here all the Karen. Oh, here, good example. It was difficult to stitch because it's beautiful result, don't get me wrong, but it's boring to stitch all the colors, you see? Same, it's I think 915 DMC. Yeah, this is the example of, what was the name of her? Guys, I've forgotten everything. Another mermaid. Oh wow, I call her mermaid with a lamp. I think it's mermaid or whatever. Breaking ships, shipwreck, something like that. Sorry, can't remember. When I saw some people showing their Mirabilias back in days, and they said, oh, I can't remember the name. I'm like, how come you can't remember the name? I remember them all by heart. Because I also collect all the charts from Mirabilia. I knew them all by heart because I was hunting for some out of prints because I need to buy them for good price. Of course, I remember every design by name and number even. Now I can't. This is Picture This Plus, and this is R&R fabric. Bought it in Stitcher's Paradise online. That time I did not leave. I was living in New York. I did not have a chance to buy it offline. Even I came back to Las Vegas for the retreat, but I just made a call and I did order everything for her for this one. which I can't remember the name. This design. Most of my fabrics are Pictures This Plus for Mirabilias. Again, I can't remember the name of the lady, how she called, but she was also interesting design to stitch. I like this part. Nora uses it often. Susie, what do you want? I'm gonna be done soon. Sorry. I'm gonna be done soon. You know, sometimes I just wanna look at my work. She's not at me. Stop it! Sometimes I just look at my cross stitch and I wanna make a video. And then I get tired by the end looking at my again, this is all unframed designs you see today. I have Mirabilias framed. Some of my prettiest ones I have framed. Like the best Mirabilia mermaid, enchanted mermaid. I'll never forget that name. She's framed. Look at the bead drop. When I saw her for the first time on Instagram, at that time it was 15 seconds maximum video clip, and the lady showed the pearls. I actually made pearls different way that I made now. I will make now like this, like the way Nora recommends to stitch, but some days I was stitching the way it is. Oh guys, my heart was stolen for good. This mermaid stole my heart for good. I did not stitch her right away. I bought everything for her, but in 2016 I think I stitched my very first Gypsy Queen. It was my very first Mirabilia. I just wanted to try to see how it is, and of course I like the process, but I did not become like fan like right away. But then in few months it was done. That was it. My latest Mirabilia, my very last one before Midnight Fairy. And I forgot the name. My memory. I'm getting old, guys. So old. But I can't remember stuff. She's gorgeous. Again, fabric, I remember, by Ekaterina Kondratenko from Ukraine. She lives 1 hour away from my city in Dnipro. And I like the fabric. It's very close to the original, but I don't like to stitch on witched. No, it's not my fabric. What was the name of her? Sorry. Oh, I think it's the last one I have unframed. Also, when she just came out, I stitched her right away. She's big, and the skin, you know, I stitch. Usually I stitch 2/1. Sometimes I stitch like fairies. I stitch 1/2, but it's very rare. Usually 2. I think here I stitch 2. Yeah. Sorry. I was looking at the work, not at the camera. I would make her eyebrows bigger now. And yeah, she has lots of work for the skin. But what a cool mermaid. I like the latest, the very last mermaid. I ordered her. Like my mom's supposed to get a parcel. I ordered her in Ukraine. And whenever she will send me parcel, I will get her. But I would start her right away on fabric. Color is purple. The purple color I would like to like very latest mermaid. Dimensions. Let's go very quickly through that, and that's it. 2021 kimono. I replaced Ada and I stitched it in buffalo. Well, at least I started in buffalo. I think it was my 2018 30 starts, and it was started, and now I have a finish. This next design, panorama, it's called panorama something. I finished it 2022. What a hard year again. I was escaping the war, and we stopped at the western part of Ukraine in Lviv. My follower texted me. We started talking to each other just before the war, and she told me, if you wanna stop and relax after 14 hours train ride, you can stop at my house and with your family. So she opened her wardrobe and she said there was cross-stitch stash, and she said, take whatever you want. And I never seen this design before, and I was so happy she kept it to me. And of course I stitched it right away because I have nothing else to stitch. Well, I did have the design I took, the only design I took, Reflet de Soie, and the sampler. I'm still stitching it. And I want to finish it as quickly as possible because I don't want to remember too much about that time. But I'm really grateful that I have this design, and I'm happy I've stitched it. You know, I got it and I stitched it. And I have her other gift I'm gonna stitch soon. It's my whip now. This design I stitched before coming to... Oh no, I think I stitched it in Las Vegas in 2015. I started, I think, or 2016. I stitched it very, very quickly. Butterflies. Again, 2022, you can see I stitched... Usually I don't stitch much of Dimensions regular collection, but this was a reprint, and back in days, this was such an expensive kit. I'm happy they reprinted. Like, the minute I got it, I remember it was summertime. I was coming from the post office. I sat near my house in Zaporozhye. Daniel was playing in the backyard. An apartment building, we have some entertainment area. I opened it and I started. So happy I've done it, and I finished it in 2022. Yeah, I think I started, but I did not finish it. I finished in 22, but I started 21, summer 21. This is Santa Mark. Again, I replaced here the fabric. It's supposed to be on 18th count of Ada. This is 32nd count of linen. I had 18th count of linen, but I was so excited. I did not even look at the size, and then I started stitching and like, oh, Luda. But doesn't matter, it's still looking good. The French knots here, made of 24 strands of threads, looks like berries to me. Beautiful. Here with metallic French knots, like Christmas ornaments. What a beautiful design. It was gifted. Never thought I will have cross stitch for my birthday, but back in days I asked my husband, please, can I have, it's very expensive kit. I want few of them, and she gave to me, and I stitched it, and I'm happy I stitched it. This is also a gift. It's called Nectar, Sweet Nectar. Wow, that was a dream kit for me. Before I even saw the YouTube, I always dream about this design. I think it was stitched in our cross-stitch store and handed by the door. So I always thought about this design, always. It was my birthday. Lena Pop gave it to me. And I was so happy. Also, I changed, this is 33rd count of linen. Just a second, I will open the door for Susie because she wants to go outside to the balcony. Susie, go. If you want to go. Because I don't know what you want. Usually there is a pillow there at the balcony. She likes to hear the birds. No, it's not that loud, so she can go. Winter morning, my latest design. was stitched as a pair to the Frosty Morning. Well, kind of pair. I think they have the same theme. Morning here, morning here. I think this is a husband and wife and their kids right here. You know, I actually, before stitching this design, both of these designs I like less than others. They were my least favorite. When I stitch, I only realize these horses. Dimensions, love using horses in every design. So yes, and I want to stitch, I stitch two horse design, like horses, not horses in the background or whatever. I want to stitch them all because I like it. Yep. Another design, again, this was stitched before the war. This my very last one, 24. You see, it's fresh. I've written the year. When I bought this design, it was very hard to get it. A girl from Russia sent it to me, together with that Mill Hill kit. You've seen I just stitched it as well. Yeah, Mill Hill kit was a gift, but she helped me to find this design for a decent price, and she sent me to United States from Russia. This design, Northern Lights, to me it's Canada. I don't know why, don't ask me why. It could be Norway or Finland, but to me it's Canada. Maybe I've never been to Norway or Finland, been to Canada, but I have not been in Canada in the northern side. I've only been to Vancouver, and we lived in Buffalo, which is next to Ontario State, next to Toronto, but I've never been to Toronto, not yet. More horses, and I suppose I didn't Luda, the fabric's supposed to be like this. I started it so quick because I had a mood. When I have a mood, I start very quickly designs, and I like it because I can't stop stitching it. Right now I just started Pegasus, and guys, when you have that feeling you want to start and you like dying to start it because then your design going so fast. I stitch it pretty fast, but I always wanted to stitch this design. I saw a lady, she lives in the United States, and I saw her first time on Russian Facebook. She hauled this picture. She got so much likes, I remember, but it was such a pretty picture of her sitting on a couch with this design, and that design never made me sleep peacefully before I stitched it. So I always thought about, let me stitch. It's not difficult. It's good design to stitch. It's 18 counts of Aida. This is 16th count of Aida, but the fabric is terrible. This made in China fabric. It's very hard to stitch on. Sometimes design is not that difficult, but to stitch on that fabric make it difficult. Oh, this is my favorite design. Yeah, this is also from Lila. This is a lady who gave me the other kit when I was at her. No, she sent me this before, in August 2021. When my parcel got burned, she sent me a parcel, not because she wanted to make me happy or whatever. She did not know that happened. She just sent it to me, and I was so happy. Yes, now we are friends. And I'm really happy that I have that design. She heard in my videos I was talking about the design. Forgot the name now, but I finished it here in Ukraine, or I mean in Brussels already, in Belgium. It's a kit made in the United States, and the fabric here so good. I don't wash my finishes now because I don't want to wash it many times. Of course, it's best to wash it, but because I'm not gonna frame them, and they stain in a luggage in a bathroom, and I just will put some sachet and it will give some smell. Susie in her pillow now. You should see her. She's such a pretty dog. Coming home from holidays, I will never forget the name of this design because it was such a popular design back in days, and then it came it became out of print. 2015 I was buying a lot of Dimensions kits, and it was one of them. And then many years people could not get them before they reprint them again. But I think it was only made in China. It was after 2011, if I'm not mistaken, they moved the factory to China, or 9. I can't remember now. But I'm happy I stitched it. I started in Ukraine and I finished it in Ukraine. 2019, I guess. Did I write? Oh yeah. No, I finished it in 2021. I guess I started earlier than that. And I only finished it. I can't remember now, but I see the year. Oh, another dream of mine. 2018. It's called Millennium Angel. It was also... It's still out of print design. It was my dream. My dream, and because of eBay and because I lived in the United States, I made my dream come true. These parts were my favorite. The colors are gorgeous. The birds. Everything here I love. Everything. Her face. Colors. My favorite colors ever. The only thing I don't like stitching yellow, and this is where I struggle. This area. I remember. Oh. But I'm really happy to have this design stitched. 18th count of Ada. Another design. Where is the year? 18th as well. I remember when I stitched this design, it took me... It's quite complicated design. I would say this is one of... I'm stitching now peonies, which people said the most difficult design from Dimensions. But I'm sure this one is the most difficult because the amount of backstitch and French knots, it's max. But it's just time. It's not super difficult. It's just you have to spend time slowly. It's not height. It's not golden kite. It's 18 count of Ada. It's not 56 count of linen. 40s. I've heard that on 56 it's even easier to stitch than on 40s, but can't tell you because I have not stitched on 56 yet. The amount of backstitch, but it makes design super difficult. I would not say it was difficult. It's just long. So 2018, while I was stitching this design, I decided to make starts to make my cross stitch life different, and I did. I started sorting different designs. I think including this one. Anywhere the year? Yes, it's 2021. Also, this design was gifted by my husband for my birthday together with Santa stamp, and you can see I stitched it. 18th count of I did not replace the fabric, no need. Also, after I finished it, they reprinted for Russian speaking countries. Gorgeous. What else can I say? One of the best designs from Dimensions. All designs are my favorite ones. 2019. You see, it's good when you write the year. You remember everything. When you don't put it, you forget with the time. And yeah, this also was back in days in 2015 when I came to YouTube. Oh, how much I wanted this design. Couldn't get. When I moved to the United States, I found this on eBay and I got it and I stitched it in Ukraine. No. Yes, I stitched it in Ukraine. Because we moved January 2019 to Ukraine. For the 14th count of Ada, it's not that difficult. A little bit struggles here, house, but slowly, step by step. Another design, also gifted by my husband. We were in coffee shop, I remember. He asked me what cross stitch design I want, because sometimes he like randomly want to make me happy. And I said this one, and he like, okay, I will get it for you. It was also out of print for a long time. Then they reprinted, but I stitched it before. I think it's COVID year. Yeah, I did not replace fabric. I decided to leave it. It's kit made in the United States, so the Ada is so good quality. I love stitching that. It's soft. It's nice. It just, you stitch like your needle going inside this fabric like butter. Gorgeous. And my last design for today, balloons from Dimensions, 18th count of Ada. I stitched this design in many different countries, in Asia, in Europe, even in Canada. I'm not sure if I stitched it in Canada. Yeah, I stitched it. I did stitch it in Canada, because we were going from Victoria City, from the island, to another part of the island, another city. And yes, it's not an easy design for me, because, as I said, many people stitch it, and for me it's difficult. Susie came back. I'm almost done. Yeah, besides that, it's 18 count of Ada, and it's large, the amount of crosses here. But this part was easy. I remember stitch it very quickly. This part also not that difficult, but here, whatever. Yeah, when design is big, you get tired from the same look and same threads. Guys, that's it for today. Please, if you like this video, recommend to your friend, and you can do repost on Instagram. I will be happy to see it, because it was really difficult for me to get all my work together and find a time. I need to go to the gym now. I wanted to make 2 videos today, but I could not. Maybe tomorrow morning, maybe another day, I will make video for my Ukrainian viewers, because I make videos now in Ukrainian, not in Russian anymore. Difficult for me to speak in Ukrainian language, but I'm trying slowly. Never spoke in Ukrainian language, but not like I don't know. I learned it at school, but yeah, now I'm practicing a little bit. And Susie here saying bye to you. Susie, she sat down. Susie, come, we will go for a walk now. We will go. Say bye and we'll go. She loves to sit on my cross stitch. She sits on my lap when I cross stitch, so she knows. Sometimes she will sleep on my cross stitch, just because she wants to. Okay, not like that. You say bye to people. Say normally bye. See you soon. And I miss you all. I miss you. Guys, all the best, and I will see you soon. Bye.